know it was coined in 2013 or 14 by Dr. Arndt, but now it's really coming in now that we have these products that are focused on it. Can you help us understand what pre-aging means?
Absolutely. So we know what aging is, right? You can identify the signs of aging with coarse wrinkles on the skin. I think people can look and tell what aging, true aging is, whether it's chronological aging or photo aging. But pre-aging is subtle. And I always tell patients it may be something that you notice and other people don't. This is what keeps us in the mirror staring, just something is a little bit off, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we really can define it, or we can, I would say, start to characterize it by when we express ourselves. And really how long it takes to kind of get back to baseline. So if you think about when you smile, and you may see normal lines of expression when you smile, but then when you go back to rest, when you're young, those just immediately go back to rest. It's smooth. But with pre-aging, it just takes a little longer. And so you do still see some residual lines there for a period of time. And maybe it doesn't completely go back to rest. And so those little early signs, maybe it's just a little bit of discoloration on the skin, very, very early signs before those actual sort of coarse, very visible signs of aging appear on the skin. And it's usually, I would say, late 20s, 30s is generally when we start to see those signs appearing.
So for derms, and is pre-aging what happens when your neurotoxin treatment starts wearing off? Okay, we'll keep going. All right. So there was a study that was done that you guys included in the paper. 180 female subjects, ages 18 to 50, with all different Fitzpatrick skin types that were looked at in regards to the clinical signs of aging, and expert clinical grading instrumentation was performed, as well as there were 42 subjects who had post-auricular skin biopsies performed as well. This is a really well done, rigorous study, wasn't it?
It was.
And Cheri, it's so interesting in terms of what was found for age turning points with the
Yeah.
different Fitzpatrick skin types.
I
And
love this
this
concept,
is
turning
this is
point.
such a
Me
good
too.
this is great. So can you just go through, because I mean they divided up into Fitz 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6.
Yeah, so they group, as you said, together based on Fitzpatrick skin type. And so they sort of outline these different signs of pre-aging and aging. So your just really light wrinkles, dyschromia, things like that. And as they examined all of the individuals, and including when they did the biopsies, they looked at the extracellular matrix, they looked at elasticity of the skin. And as we would imagine, patients with higher Fitzpatrick skin type tended across multiple generations to have higher elasticity to their skin, right? So we know that to be true. But this new concept of age turning point, what is that? If you had to pinpoint a time or a narrow range of years where you go basically from having very young, youthful appearing skin to now you start to move into that your skin is aging. What is that turning point? And I would love it if we could pinpoint it, to the year, to the month. But they were able to see that Fitzpatrick skin types 1 and 2 tended to have an earlier turning point than Fitzpatrick skin types 3, 4, then Fitzpatrick skin types 5 and 6. So if you're starting to see it, say in your late 20s to age 31 in your Fitzpatrick skin type 1 and 2, maybe you're starting to see it in your 31 to 35 in Fitzpatrick skin types 3 and 4. But then for Fitzpatrick skin types 5 and 6, you're seeing that turning point later, 35 to 40. So it's very interesting. And I think it fits with what we know about the differences, the biologic differences, depending on, your skin type. But it was great to actually have evidence of that. And it helps us so we can inform our patients a little bit better. There are always going to be outliers, right? This is not completely true of everyone. But when you look at a population or a sample of the population, this pretty much held true depending on Fitzpatrick skin type. Very interesting.